Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the author community, the Book Business Bosses, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, be a book business boss, write that book now, sell that book now. Oh my goodness, over the top, over the top. Super excited this evening to bring you the virtual book fair. Now, as most of you know, I have been going live with authors from around the country since April, the pandemic hit, and this month is no different. And we'll be on with another group in December. But I'm super excited to bring you these authors now. Please share, and please share. Be sure and share and share and share because I want these authors to get the support that they deserve and get the opportunity for you to meet them and buy their books and support what they have to offer, as well as because we're still in a real virtual digital online space, to request them to be speakers for your podcast, to be guests on your events and your virtual events, and not just events here. These are very professional people. They are authors with wonderful books that can benefit your ministry, that can benefit your home schools, that can benefit your schools virtually in a lot of different ways. So we're being creative in the virtual digital online space. And thank you so much for everyone who is joining us on Facebook. Please share from Julia Royston's page. And if you're joining us from the BK Royston Publishing YouTube channel, please share from there. Put in some likes and hearts over there on Periscope as well. A big shout out to the Periscope audience. I've been coming back to you now on a weekly basis, and welcome and thank you and thank you. Be sure and put any comments in the chat. And if you have any questions for any of the authors, we'll have an opportunity for you to do that. We're going to be with you probably 30, 40 minutes and or to an hour. If you have more questions, we're going to get on out of your way. So I'm going to start. I want you to see them all first, and then I'm going to call them out one at a time, and we'll have an opportunity one at a time to be seen. And well, let's see. I think I'm going to start with the closest place to me. So I'm going to start off with Mr. Justin Campbell. There we go. And then I'm going to take myself out and take it away, Justin. Introduce your book. Tell us where you're from, and tell us how we can support you and purchase your book. But tell us a little bit about why you wrote them.
Yeah, so my first book I wrote, which was back in 2017, is called The New Complete You, Life Between the Lines. And so what I do is I take my story as a football player, and I say, how can basically, how can you take football and use it as a metaphor to talk about the Christian journey? So really, if you think about it, when you think about sports, you got to work out, you got to be disciplined, you need a team, you need a coach. And so when you think about all those different aspects, that also correlates to our faith journey. We need other believers, the Holy Spirit. In the book, I talk about, the Holy Spirit being the quarterback and God being our coach. And so, and if you got to know the word so that you know where to get the catch at. And so, I just take my life as a football player and I use that as a metaphor to talk about the Christian journey. And then in my second book, which is the one I just published, and this one I'm proud about because not only did it's my second book I published, with this book, I did go through Miss Royston. And so let me go ahead and give her a shout out. She did a wonderful job, great communication. And matter of fact, I didn't even know how I was going to, with my other book, I knew everything I wanted to do with it. I didn't know the cover or anything I wanted to do with this. So, this was all her idea. And it turned out very good. So The New Complete You, the program, transformation that leads to a more productive life. And so in this book, I just recently became a mental health therapist. And so this book really kind of has that kind of a feel to it, kind of a self-help. And what I do in this book is say, hey, how can you live your most productive life? So many times we pour into everybody else. So many times we pour into our family, our friends. But what about ourselves? And so what I do is I take 8 characteristics and ask you some questions through these 8 characteristics. And they're going to be questions that's going to, how are you doing in this? Maybe is there something from your past that's keeping you from getting to where you need to get to? And so, and when you go through it, you'll be able to say, man, I can see now that I have this characteristic. I can see now where some things in my life have kept me from getting to this characteristic. And so, again, this is just a book that's going to help you grow, get to another level. It doesn't matter if you're down in the valley or if you're on the mountaintop. The fact that we're all living, we can always continue to grow and get better. And so I'm really excited about this book because it's a book that can be taught at, a YMCA, a youth group, a church group, a non-church group. But it's also a book that you can go through individually as well as with a group. So really excited about it. All of my stuff is on my website, mitellc.com. So you can get on my resources tab, you can get all of my books there. I'm also sporting my shirt that I do sell on my website. And that's the name of the company, Men or Women in God's Hands Transformed. So that's the butterfly there. And so, again, I do public speaking. I also do, I'm over our prayer ministry at my church. So I do also do Christian speaking. And when I mean that, if you need a word for your youth or message, anything like that. So you can, and then all my social media is Mite LLC. So whether that's LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of it is Mite LLC.
Exactly. And you are accepting virtual clients for your company, correct?
Yes, ma'am. So I do telehealth as well as in person. So it's just whatever you're comfortable with.
Amen. So we're all around the world here. So that's one of the beauties of telehealth, of being able to have a mental health specialist who looks like us and for us. Now, I know he will meet with anybody, but there is something about the mental health journey that I know we've discussed further, but I do want you to really put a plug in. Go ahead and do that now, because I know that especially in our community, we have a little difficulty with the mental health journey, but speak to that just briefly.
Yeah. So as she said, look, so many times in life we've been told what happens in this house stays in this house. And the problem with that is we then suppress all those emotions, the baggage, everything that has happened to us, which then leads to our behavior and our actions now. And so if you've had something, I don't care if you're 50, I got clients now that are older than 50. I don't care if you're 50 and you think, man, I don't need to talk about this. I am trying to tell you, it has probably impacted you in a way that now it's in your subconscious, meaning you just do things that you don't even realize why you do it. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring it to your conscious so that we can get it out. And then I would say for Christians, we're told pray about it. Yes, you should pray about it. But God has gifted people to help you. He says, you who are gentle, restore, or you who are spiritual, restore such a one. And so when you can find you a Christian therapist, I'm telling you, not only can they pray with you, 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, but they can also, because of the skills they've gotten, they can help you deal with some stuff as well. Because as we know, the word says we are to walk in liberty and freedom. And so I really do pray that as a culture and then as a faith, that we really start to understand the importance of mental health so that you actually can, I think, as her tag says, live your best life.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that segue. I thank you. I really do. But I really am being really extremely supportive. I've had several mental health therapists, and I want to make sure that people know that there are therapists out there who look like us and from various cultures to really help you and support you. And I also, I've always said, okay, so Jesus, the great physician, had a doctor on his team. Okay, you can have a doctor too. You can go to the doctor and take care of not only your physical health, but your mental health. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's Mite. LLC.com. Thank you so much. All righty. So let's head on. Let's go on the East Coast. Let's head on over there. I'm going to Virginia, where Miss Ramona Ragland is. And welcome, love. Welcome, 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 love. Let me unmute you. There we go. There we go. So,
Hi.
hi. So, Ramona, tell us about your book. Tell us where people can find it. The website is right there on your screen. Show us a picture of it. But I'm always love your cover, and I love
Thank you.
talking about your book. So, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and thank you for this platform to share about my book. This is, wrong side, but this is my book. It's called Ugly, and here's the back of it. And this can be found on my website at www.ramonajosette.com. The book is really about confronting your fear of vulnerability and kind of facing the root of that fear and overcoming and becoming whole. I'm passionate about that topic. And just like the other two have said, helping us to live our best lives and to be whole and to be well. I also love public speaking. That's also something I do as well, and provide writing services. And those things can be found on my website as well.
Thank you so much, love. These young people, I call them young because they're younger than me, but these young people are very, very professional in what they do. Myself as a publisher, I had to really be on my toes because they keep me, Justin as well, and Ramona as well. They kept me on my toes, which is wonderful, wonderful, awesome opportunity. So Elgina says that Justin has great information. He does, and please reach out to him again if you need his help. And then if you need Ramona's help, and it's an interesting title, but it is powerful on the inside.
Thank you.
Especially if you've ever felt ugly, or you've ever even been called ugly. That was probably in elementary school. That was probably one of the worst things you could ever tell anybody. You ugly, and your mama dresses you funny. You ugly, and your mama dresses you funny. Whole. But there's a positive twist. There is a way to, as they say, take the lemons and make some lemonade in it. Yeah. So I'm not going to give away all the nuggets. Buy it ugly. Go to RamonaJosette.com. And if you need ghostwriting services, Miss Ramona Josette can happily help you, as well as she's an excellent trainer as well. So I'm not going to give away all her secrets. Go to Ramona Josette and check her out. Thank you, love.
Thank you so much.
So let's head on. Let's go to 71. Let's go over to 71. One of my favorite cities of all time to live in, and introduce you to Miss Samantha Bishop. Tell us where you're from, what you do, and tell us about your book.
Awesome. Yes, first of all, I want to honor Miss Julia. She's given us this platform, and I'm amazed by all these awesome authors just listening to you all's books. So first of all, honor to all of you to share a platform with you. I'm from the Cincinnati area, and the book that I wrote is called Kingdom Pulse, and it also comes with a workbook. And the focus of the book is about inward awakening. It's really diving into those inward areas that you might have just put off in life or may not be aware of. And what inspired me to write this book is just looking back on my journey through finding my kingdom pulse. It was rough. Life threw me a lot of hard balls, and I just kept getting up, but I never found my purpose. So it really postures you to understand what your purpose is and answer the question of who am I, and also where am I? But not just answer the question, but get a true pulse on it. I was truly inspired to begin writing earlier this year. My secular focus is human resources, so I'm always getting a pulse on culture in and out of stores. So as COVID happened this year, that was my challenge, to keep a pulse and identify the pulse. But around me, there were so many people losing their jobs, so many people getting diagnosed with COVID, losing loved ones. and just the fear of just who am I? You know, my whole life is up in the air, and that could change at the snap of a finger. And so this book really dives into getting more God confident, getting a relationship with God as Father. So no matter what life throws you, you have a true pulse on, I know who I am. And no matter what happens, that will never change. And it's a journey. So I encourage, the workbook is definitely encouraged to get through each chapter, because it is a lot of deep diving. It's not a book that you're going to read and just fly through it. I have readers that are stuck on chapter 2. I have some readers that are stuck on chapter 3. So it just depends on where you are, but the whole focus is that you walk away with an awakening, and you're no longer finding your identity in your role, in your job, or your role as a mother or spouse, or whatever that looks like for you.
So, you know, I always have to ask you this, because, you know, because I know that Justin has alluded to it, a lot of issues we have as a child, and how that can impact you. But Samantha refers to, because I read it, and Samantha refers, and it's really good. And you're right, you do need to take a section and really reflect and take time to really evaluate it. It's not that it's really long, it's just a very reflective journey. And so I just want you to talk about, just really briefly, about utilizing when you're establishing your relationship, of how you really call God Father and Daddy God.
Yes, I call him Daddy God, and I get that a lot. That didn't happen immediately. It honestly happened every step, every way that I said, hey, I want to really deep dive in my pain. Going into that root cause of the pain is where I truly looked at God as Father, because he truly partnered with me to heal that pain. I had to get a revelation of who he was for myself. So for me, I call him Daddy God because I can sit with him every day, just like that little girl, and he really helps me where I am. For some, it might be Father. He might just be Father. But this book will help you get a revelation of who he is to you, as a son or as a daughter. And that comes through freedom as a son and a daughter. So yes, he is Daddy to me, because I experienced freedom in him through that healing. And that's a journey. It's a journey I had to take.
Exactly. And it's a journey for everyone. Some of them see him just as judge. Some of them see him as Santa Claus to just get me whatever I want. But having that relationship will be empowering, and it will continue to help you on your life's journey to live your best life. Now, be sure and go to sbishop2020.com so that you can purchase her book and workbook, as well as hopefully there'll either be more books coming or more opportunities for you to help and to be coached on your journey to live your best life. Thank you so much, Samantha. You be blessed.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hold it one second. sbishop2020.com. Awesome. All right. Let's go back on the East Coast to Mr. Benjamin Hicks. Hello, sir. How are you? Let me unmute you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna get out of the way.
I'm doing okay.
Good.
My name is Benjamin Hicks. I'm a children's author. I wrote 4 children's books. I started writing when I was 15. I was a late bloomer, but I began as a poet, not a children's author. I began as a poet. And so with poetry, I had to come up with a unique way to come up with a book that children can learn their timetables. So what I did, I merged poetry with the timetables. I wrote a book. My first book was called Arithmecation. Excuse me, it's upside down. Arithmecation. Costs $5. It merges poetry from 0 to 12, grades 3rd to 5th grade. This book is dedicated to homeschoolers, people who go to school, if you're a librarian, if you're a parent frustrated teaching your children how to learn multiplications, this is a perfect book for them. It only costs $5. Everybody can afford it. It's not sold on Amazon. It's sold on my website, which is Ingleside Press, md.webs, webs.com. That was my first book. Like again, this book is $5. Is for third and fifth graders. That was my first book. Then my second book, I wanted to write about history because I got sick and tired of people talking about Black History only in February. Black History, 365 days a week. So the title of the book was called 365 Days of Blackness. So what I did, I wrote about 17 profiles of Black inventors. One of the inventors that people need to check out is Henry Faulkner. Henry Faulkner invented the ventilating shoe. So everybody walking around with ventilating shoes, I don't care if they're Gators or Michael Jordans, it was because of Henry Faulkner. He invented in April 29, 1890. This is 1890. Ventilating shoes was created in 1890 by Henry Faulkner. And I wrote about Jack Johnson. A lot of people know about Jack Johnson. He invented the wrench. A lot of people know about him because Trump pardoned him his only term. I know everybody celebrating that, but he pardoned Jack Johnson, and Jack Johnson was the inventor of the ventilating, he was the inventor of the wrench. This book is $6. $6. It's about 17 profiling 17 Black inventors. Then I got more creative. I said, all right. I said, what can I do? I said, let me create an instructional book. It's 2 books, one for high schoolers and one for adults. So let me do this. Let me show you for the high schoolers and adults. This is called Byron's Tie. Byron's Tie, 9 steps on how to tie a tie. This is what the page look like. The cover. This is $5. It's an instruction manual how to tie a tie. This is for high schoolers and adults. $5. You can purchase this on my website. Then the reason why I created this book, because I created a children's book called Byron's Tie. It's about a young man who is being awarded all these awards, but the dilemma is he want to dress up, but he doesn't know how to tie a tie. So it tells you a story on how he began or who taught him how to tie a tie. So this book is a children's book for children. This is for children who are in the 3rd and the 6th grade. This book is $10. It is 16 illustrated 16 illustrated pictures of Byron's invention of how to tie a tie. This is what the cover looks like. Byron's Tie. You can purchase this on my website. This is $10. That's the first page. Let me show you some other pages that whet your appetite. This is the first page.
Here's my copy. Yay!
That's the first page. That's Byron in his bed.
I love it. I love it. Thank you
very
so much. Sir.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I really, the illustrations are beautiful and they're very, there's that page with Byron and, yep, I keep that next to me right on my desk. And so thank you so much, Mr. Hicks. You be safe over there in Baltimore. Let's go down south. Let's go down south. Keira. Hey, love. Go ahead, introduce yourself and hi. Tell us about your book. Is your t-shirts available for sale too?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
For purchase.
Okay. So tell us about your book and how people can purchase it and how people can get that t-shirt.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Julia Robinson, for this opportunity. But my name is Keira Jackson. I wrote this book, this beautiful book called A Beautiful Mess. It's a self-help guide, and it's designed to encourage, develop, and enhance who you are, and it helps you sit down and really think about yourself and to work on yourself. Even if you're struggling with self-work, A Beautiful Mess is the book for you. You can actually purchase it on Amazon. Also, it's like a workbook on the inside. So it's a pretty nice book. You also can get it for your study groups, any organizations, any master classes, Bible colleges, Bible classes, or whatever, and it's for men and women as well. And if you would like to purchase my shirts, well, this is my personal shirt. I have shirts available as well, and you can inbox me on Facebook. Just go to Keira Jackson on Facebook, and I get the shirts to you.
All right, we can make it happen. I might have to get my shirt. I might have to come down that way soon and get that shirt. Now, Keira's book is very, very colorful on the inside. She does have a color copy, and it would be wonderful for your youth group. It would be really great for your women's group, and it really goes through. It's very biblically based, but it's also helping you through the word to be to help that self-worth and self-awareness, and that you definitely need. And she's young, and I really appreciate that, because she really appeals to young ladies and young adults, and so she would be happy to speak to your, I'm just gonna put it out there, inbox Keira over there on Facebook and have her be a guest for your youth group, so that she can continue to empower and help them to live their best lives. So thank you so much. Keira, show the book cover one more time, sweetie.
Okay.
It's a beautiful mess. It's very, very colorful. It's wonderful, wonderful inside too as well. Please to publish that one as well. Thank you, darling. You be blessed, darling.
Thank you.
All righty. Two more. Well, let's go back to the Maryland area, and let's I'm going to let this gentleman introduce himself and tell us about his books and his coaching.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Watts. I am an educator, a consultant, motivator, and a host. This book that we're talking about tonight is called How to Help Your Children Help Themselves. It was written from a seminar that I used to present to parent groups at various schools. The book is basically about how you can make things better for your child as they go through 1st through 12th grade. It's for parents, but it's a good book for anyone who cares about children's education. So in the book, I talk about how you can find better schools, or what school choice is. It teaches parents about how to have relationships not only with their teachers, but with the school district. But then it also goes into how to get to know your child better. And that's the biggest section of the book, and to me, the most important section. The reason I wrote this book was because it felt like we were making better schools, we were making better teachers, and we were making better students, but no one was trying to help to improve parents. Parents have a lot to do. They have a lot going on in their lives. And I spoke to many parents as an educator, and they would always talk about not being able to have enough time or enough knowledge about the things their kids were doing in school to help them out. So I figured I would start a seminar to try to help them out. And then as the seminar was successful, we decided to write the book as well. So it's called A Manual for Parents from students in grades 1 through 12. So you can get a copy at my website, which is thebrianwatts.com, or you can find them on Amazon and Barnes & Noble as well.
Excellent, excellent, sir. I also want to put a plug in here on November 16th. On November 16th, we'll be right here again with Mr. Brian J.T. Watts, as well as some other educators. We're going to be really delving into the support that you need and being able to have the support, as you well know. Now, parents, you might have thought you knew your child before, but you really gotten to know them 24/7 now, since they do not, you don't have many breaks to send them to school. They head to home with you 24/7. So the parent turning into not only the first teacher, but now the second teacher and the co-teacher. And we're going to be talking about that on next Monday night, November 16th, right here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mr. Brian J.T. Watts will be there. We'll be talking about tutors, and go to thebrianwatts.com, because he is available for what we call virtual online help in tutoring. And his specialty is
mathematics.
Math. Isn't that beautiful? That's an awesome thing. His specialty is math. So we'll talk more about that next week. But if your child needs help with math, and I said math again, go ahead and schedule your appointment at thebrianwatts.com. If your child needs help with math, be sure and connect with him at his website, thebrianwatts.com, and have those safe virtual sessions so that your child can be better at math. We'll be talking more with tutors as well as those getting ready for college prep, because college prep looks a whole lot different than it did just a year ago. And then also, if you are a teacher and you realize this teaching profession, I love it, but oh my goodness, this is not enough money for me to do and live my best life. Hello. Then I have two ladies that are going to be coming on that are helping teachers become what we now call teacherpreneurs. Teachers have always been bivocational. I don't care what anybody says. They've always worked in the summers, worked in the evenings, did the extra after school activities because it was an extra check. Let's just be honest. We did extra duties for extra money. So, but they specialize in being teacherpreneurs. So be right here back with us on next Monday. We're going to be trying to help and successfully helping parents as they kind of bridge the gap, because in my area, it doesn't look like they're in the Louisville, Kentucky area. It doesn't look like they're going to be going back into the building for a while because it's such a large school district. So get the help that you need online in addition to the NTI service. So look for Mr. Brian J.T. Watts and go to thebrianwatts.com to get your help, especially in math. And last but certainly not least, let's go to Texas. Yay! Hey, love, how are you doing?
How's everything? Well, how are you?
I'm doing well. Please tell people your name and where you're from. I've already said Texas, but tell us about your book and a little bit about why you wrote it.
Thank you so much, Julia, and thank you so much for having this, and also to the other wonderful authors. I'm so excited. I'm like, I need to get all of your books. So I'm just excited. I'm Vanette Howard, and my book is Prayer Changes Things. And you can connect with me on iamvanette.com, and you can get order your copy there. My book is really in helping anyone who wants to establish a consistent prayer life. And you say, why is that so important? Well, even when the Lord had me publish the book, I had no idea that it was going to launch in the middle of a pandemic. And so what an appropriate time that we really need to know how to talk with the Lord and know, even in this time, Lord, what is it that I am to do? How am I to think? Even during this time, everything that's on our plate, things that are coming at us from all different directions, information overload. But the Lord wants to speak with us. He wants to talk with us. He wants to have a relationship with us. And it's not so much about your religion, it's about your relationship with the Lord. And so this book teaches you how to have a consistent prayer life and how to develop that. Even if you've been walking with the Lord for 20, 30, however many years, this book can teach you how to go deeper in your relationship with the Lord, how to hear with clarity what the Lord is saying to you at this particular season and this particular junction in your life. And we need that. We need to know, what the Lord is saying to us. Our relationship with the Lord is not cookie cutter. It's not one size fits all. God is very specific. He's very intentional. And this book really tells you how to deep dive into your relationship with the Lord. And even the disciples said, Lord, teach us how to pray. So, we in that's an instruction to us from the word of God that, Lord, teach me how to pursue you. Teach me how to have a relationship with you. We go into prayer and we want to talk, but God wants to have us listen too. God wants to speak some things into us expressly. And so this book is very simple. It's a very easy read, but it will help you to take your relationship with the Lord to the next level. Or if you have no relationship at all, this book is simple enough to get you started right at base level, because God knows where we are anyway. He knows the end from the beginning. He knows he's Alpha and Omega. So he knows all and he sees all. He's everywhere all at the same time. He's in the past, present, and the future. So just excited about this book and just excited about the opportunity to just really share it and with others and have them grow in their relationship with the Lord, and just through the book show them how to walk through that.
That's awesome. Now, after I knew everybody's book, even Brian Watts and Benjamin Hicks, but then after I have had you all on back to back, I'm like, okay, God, this was really a setup for somebody.
Yeah.
If you need help, this here is a literary setup for you. You should be able to find exactly what you need along this lineup here tonight. I mean, this was clearly one of those lineups where everybody should be able to get in where they fit in, whether it's with your child, whether it's with your mental health, whether it's with your prayer life, whether it's with your relationship life, whether it's with your emotional life, where it's and I love Keira's title, Beautiful Mess, but sometimes we find ourselves in a beautiful mess. And so we're able to have the children's books with Mr. Hicks. I mean, we covered the whole gamut tonight. So thank you so much, Miss Vanette Howard. It was a pleasure publishing your book as well. The cover is just, show the cover one more time, because I just love your cover. I love your cover. I love covers are kind of my thing. I love how the covers look, and who wouldn't want to pray with that lady? Who wouldn't want? Yeah, let's pray. So I want to show everybody, bring everybody in the stream so you can see them one more time. And thank you so much for you all being here this evening. And be sure and watch the replay. It'll be in the YouTube channel and very, very shortly. And then as well as I will be posting on my Facebook page on tomorrow. Give me 24 hours and I'll be posting their books again and their websites again so that you can support them and purchase them. Now, I realize the replay, you'll say, oh, who was that? Oh, wait a minute. I think I saw the cover. Oh, if you ever have any struggle remembering who anybody was or how do you get the book, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to point you in the direction of that website. You all be blessed. Thank you so much for you all being on the virtual book fair. You all know how to find my books. I'm at JuliaRoystonStore.com, Amazon. Just put my name in. If you need a book, if you need a publisher, reach out to me as well. But you all be blessed, and thank you so much for being here. Wait right here. Don't go anywhere. And thank you so much. Our prayer today, tomorrow, and always is that you live your best life and that you purchase these tools from these authors so that you can help not only you live your best life, but your families to be the best that they can be too as well. Good night and have a great day.